I say thing. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of The Golden Impact. We hope y'all been doing well. Welcome to the summer if you're in the US, if you're in a different nation, a different country, a different island. Hope you're enjoying the weather. Hope you're enjoying your life because life is great. And with life being great, we are grateful for everything we have. Make sure y'all tune in to the Instagram as well as our TikTok. And y'all are already on the YouTube, so let's really talk about why we're here. I mean, Ruby, don't talk too much. There's a guest sitting right here. Okay, so let us introduce Future _ the CEO. What's going on, my man? How are you?
I'm good, Ruby. How you feeling?
I'm well. Can you let the audience know who you are and why you're here today?
Yes. I just want to say thank you, Ruby, for inviting me to this nice studio. You know what I mean? Super amazed. I'm geeked out. I'm loving everything right now. But my name is Future the CEO. You can find me on Instagram by that. I am 22 years old from New York City. Regular college kid. I graduated with a criminal justice background. But now my main focus is in business, which is credit repair to help people build, repair, restore their credit. Yeah.
That's funny. I actually have another entrepreneur who graduated with criminal justice major, and he's also a credit specialist. What's going on with the criminal justice? Like, is there something y'all are finding out?
I don't know. It's just probably a little mistake that we had with our credit.
I was about to say, because that's a little too specific. I mean, both great, kings, absolutely.
Yeah, I had to throw in the graduation because
it's a big accomplishment. Okay, even the small accomplishments are big accomplishments. Why? Because you accomplished it.
Right.
So let's tap into why we're here. I mean, Magnate Consulting.
You already know.
What's that? Who's that?
All right, so when you if you was to Google the word magnate, you're gonna see the word. It basically stands for influential, wealthy person. So I came up with that word. I'm like, wow, that's a nice word.
It's
you know what I
fire.
mean? Like, so I'm like that describes me. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just put magnate. I'm helping people, consulting. Let me just throw that two together and make Magnate Consulting. That's how it came about.
Okay.
Not too deep thinking, but it's just like, yo.
It has meaning, though.
Yeah, it gotta mean it.
So, I mean, if it represents influence, do you feel like you influence people? Are you?
I feel so. I believe so. I definitely believe I impact a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people watch me.
You feel like you what? A lot of people?
Impact.
You feel like you what?
Influence.
Impact?
Yeah, impact.
I mean, the fact that you said impact 3 times, I'm already catching goosebumps, and I know y'all are too. So with the fact that you do consulting, what is your business?
The Magnate Consulting, the way how we impact people is by helping them build, repair, and restore their credit. Getting them from places like they're at the lowest bottom, basically, and getting them up to the top so they can get approved for their desired home, car, whatever the case may be that their credit needs.
Because your business is building, repairing, restoring credit, how has credit impacted you? Like, is it life-changing for you? How did you get into the...
I believe so. I can honestly say that the introduction of credit and like the whole foundation of everything, like just knowing the ins and outs, it definitely impacted me. Reason why I say it changed me, it impacted me is because like I learned a lot of stuff that I just simply did not know about credit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, for example, like people traveling for free. Yeah.
That's about
yeah. You know what I mean? Like traveling for free. I was always used to that one travel a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One vacation, right?
One vacation a year. Now I know exactly how I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, vacations for the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this video if y'all like to go on vacation more than once a year, okay? Tap in to Magnate Consulting.
Yes.
But because you touched on, traveling, can you provide to the audience what is the benefit?
Credit could give you options.
Options?
Yeah.
What options?
Options.
Like
manufacturer spending in a nutshell is basically you're leveraging the credit cards to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So like, as you might know, some credit cards might have a 2% cash back. Some credit cards might have a 1% cash back. And then some credit card has a point system. So like, as you spend that on that card, certain places you might get 2% back or 3 points just for spending. And you can leverage and build up these points and cash back to, go on vacation for free offset a couple bills. You know what I mean? You can have a car insurance paid off of a 2% cashback credit card. You know what I mean? So it's things like that.
And so typically because it's 2%, what I realized, like, you know, a lot of people probably watching this like, oh, I'm gonna get paid, blow up, like, you know, whatever. Shout out, Biggie. People might be discouraged because 2% doesn't sound like a lot. So how would you really market to people to let them know, like, hey, you're still making money?
If that was a problem for you, I would ask, let's just say, how are you? First question is going to be like, how are you spending? Like, are you using a debit card or using your credit card for everything? And then you might say, okay, cool. It might just be a $30 rewards. $30 missing out your paycheck. It might not be too easy.
Right.
All right, let's just say $60 is mixing out your paycheck. Now we got a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that $30, $60 just from spending cash that you was going to spend anyways. You know what I mean? Like it's a no-brainer. So you got to use the credit card.
Right. Use the credit card
so
for that gas too.
Up.
Yeah. What? I'm me.
Come on now.
Y'all see the prices. I ain't complaining not once. I mean, I thought it was funny because of all the videos, but I'm like, listen, more rewards for me. Stop playing.
I ain't never complained yet. I ain't complained yet. Trust me. You know, for ladies, they might get their lash tech business, their hair business, whatever business it may be. I'm very high on business. I'm like, with my friends, I'm like, yo, what kind of business, like, what can we do? You know what I mean? Like, it's always like, what kind of business can we do? Like, if you wanted a house, it ties back into the credit. You might have the cash, you might have the good job, but that credit score, that credit profile is also a factor. So now let's just say, for example, you in a situation that you might live in a neighborhood that you don't want to live in. You know what I mean? You probably want to move out that neighborhood, but you just simply can't because of your credit. Or better yet, let's just say you had a kid, you started a family, you had a regular sedan car, your family started to grow. You can't get a different car just because of your credit. So that's why I say it gives you options.
Yeah, so take care of your credit. Get it repaired if you need to, okay? Are you a full-time CEO? How does this go?
I'm going to be honest. Right now, I'm still working a job. You know what I mean? Reason why I say it's not a problem right now is because you got to understand, like, it's just right now. Like, we got the future ahead of us. Future the CEO. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter that you might be working a job. Just use your job as leverage to fund your business, to fund your softwares, your clients. You want to give them a better experience, and it takes money. You know what I mean? It really takes money. So just make a little sacrifice for now, suck it up, and sooner or later I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I'm out of there.
I'm out of
there.
What does the future bring? The CEO.
The CEO.
Like what?
It brings greatness. It brings everything.
Everything. As a credit specialist, repairing credit, restoring, having the knowledge, giving the knowledge, providing the wisdom, what really sets you apart from another credit specialist?
It's the journey for me.
Okay.
Like, that's what sets me apart from everybody. And I feel like everybody, what sets them apart is their journey, how they got started, to be honest. Because for me, how I got started into this credit repair aspect was I had a 730 credit score. And then...
Starting?
Yeah.
Okay.
And mind you, it's just a score.
Right.
It was just a score. It wasn't a profile. It wasn't built out the right way.
Right.
You know, so I just had a 730 score, but I didn't know what to do with it. And then, you know, I was looking into other, entrepreneur journeys and whatnot. But I had a $200 collection, a utility bill.
$200? They
Yeah. A $200 collection, hit my credit report. And it dropped my score about 100 points. So it dropped me from about 730 to 600 as soon as it reported.
That's crazy.
It didn't take no time. It went like just like that. Just like that. It didn't take time. Like, it didn't just drop on the report and then a couple days later the points dropped. It was like drop. That's it. It was quick. I'm like, you know what? What do I need to do? And I'm the kind of person, I want to start learning. I don't want to just pay somebody just to do it. I want to learn because I'm realizing that everything is revolved around credit. You know what I mean? If you wanted a car, you have to have your own credit. So I'm like, okay, cool. If I can learn how to do this, if I can fix my own credit,
it's set.
Yeah,
set
you know what I mean? And it wasn't to an aspect where I'm like, you know what, I want to fix other people's credit. It was just, I just want to learn how to fix my own. You know, that's how I started. And that's how what sets me apart is because I've been through it. You know what I mean? I've been through the journey of fixing my credit. It took me a good 6 months.
Wow.
Good 6 months. Yeah.
Everything worth it takes time though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, one thing that I'm looking to do, I'm gonna shed some light on it, but I'm looking like my goal is to get into, you know, the schools, like high schools, because, you know, previous businesses, I went back to my high school, you know, for a day to taught the kids about financial literacy. And I feel like I had a little impact, not a little impact, but I had a little play in a couple kids' lives, and they still be hitting me up every now and then.
Definitely big impact. They're kids.
So
they're
I'm just trying to
innocent.
get
They don't
back
know.
in there. I'm trying to get back into the schools, doing the same thing, you know, teaching the kids in the area about credit, because I'm not sure if you ever heard of, you know, the rapper, athlete, entrepreneur.
Yeah,
a lot of our people,
exactly,
and a lot of our people, and I feel like that describes me. Reason why is because I'm not a rapper, I'm not an athlete. I'm not an athlete, you know what I mean? But I'm an entrepreneur and I'm doing my thing. And, you know, a lot entrepreneurs really make money. Like they really make the money, and they don't have to showcase every night, you know, on the court, throwing a ball, this, that, the third. So yeah, entrepreneurship. Anybody can do it. You don't have to have the skill of a rapper or athlete. Right. That's a skill.
That's a fact, because as an entrepreneur, you necessarily don't, like you said, you don't have to showcase. You technically making the most bread or doing well when nobody sees it.
Yeah.
And even when you sleeping too, I think that's an amazing aspect of being an entrepreneur, because it's like you go to sleep, you wake up, it's this amount of content that's going off, it's this amount of views, it's this amount of shoppers in your cart. It's just an all around benefit. And so I definitely see that teacher a lot. And I'm glad that I'm seeing it more and more and more, because a lot of people are just getting it.
Yeah, and they're repping it hard too.
Repping it hard.
I love it. They're repping it hard.
Love it here. And so, I mean, what would you say, or what advice would you give to someone that maybe has had a bad experience with credit, or has chosen to stray away because they didn't handle it right, or they misused it, or they were just misinformed?
I say keep going, man. Like literally, take your time. It's a step-by-step process. This is a over life process. Is not overnight. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen.
Say that again.
It's not overnight. It's over life.
Wow.
Yeah. So it takes time to build, repair, and restore your credit, because you got to understand that it didn't happen overnight. For one, usually it starts off with one late payment that goes to from 30 days late to 60 days late, 120 days late, 180 days late, and then they charge off the account. So that's about a good 6 months of them being unsuccessful collecting the money. So now when they got to that point, it took some time. They gave you the notices and all of these other things. So you got to give yourself some time too. And then you'll get there. I've seen people go from 400 bankruptcies, collections, student loans, all kinds of craziness, and they're in 700s, getting to that 800 score. 700,
touching 800.
850.
850 is the highest.
850.
I'm not even going to ask what's the lowest, because that doesn't matter. That doesn't apply to anybody watching this video. You know what I mean? Like, it's big, high, 850, okay?
Yeah.
That's the only number you need to worry about.
Exactly. Don't need to. And plus, score don't really matter. I say profile over score all the time.
What do you mean profile over score?
Example, story. All right, so I was 19. I went to go get a Q50 Infinity 2016 in 2019. So it was about a 3-year-old car. You know what I mean?
Still big boy.
So it was about a 3-year car. I'm like, okay, cool. I got a 730. Like I was saying, I have a 730 credit score. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to get approved. I'm going to sign off. I'm working. I'm doing my job. I'm making money every single week. I'm like, yeah, let me go to the, Infinity dealership. Went, test drove the car, mind you, and that's the thing right there. Go test drive
the test drive.
The test drive is what gets you. The test drive, and then you come back to the table. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am. You're not approved.
Wow.
Oh, now we got to look for a cosigner. Whoa. Who's the first person you gonna call? Mom, Dad,
Pops.
whoever got the good credit.
Grandma.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So that decline does not feel good. And that's what happened to me. I had a 730 credit score. I thought it was a good score, but it's really the profile was on there that really matters. So if you have a thin profile, you're not going to get approved for a $25,000 loan, because there's no kind of history. That's why I say profile over score every day, all day.
Wow. And what, lastly, what makes up a profile for credit?
All right, so boom. take note. There's 5 factors to your credit score.
Let's go.
All right, so number 1, you got your payment history. That makes up 35% of your score. Number 2, you got utilization. That takes up 30% of your score.
Damn.
Number 3 is your age, right? That takes up 15% of your score. And then you have account mix. So installment and revolving accounts, that takes up another 10% of your score. And then inquiries, that takes up another 10. So overall, that's about 100%. Right? So now let me show you how to get to the 800 score. Let me show you how to get to the 750 score, right? So there's basically a simple formula on how to get there, right? So as I said, the 5 factors, right? So first, you don't want to have no late payments. That was the 35%. You want to have 100% on-time payments. Number 2, your utilization should be in between 2 to 10%, right? 2 to 10. A lot of people say 30%, but 30% is too close to being above.
That's high.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 2 to 10% is that good, that good simmer. You know what I mean?
Simmer?
That good simmer right there. So 2 to 10% utilization. Number 3 was credit age. You want to have 4 to 5 plus years.
Okay.
And how you get 4 to 5 plus years. This is the hack. Go to a friend, family member, parent, grandparent. You know the grandparent might be good.
Yeah,
they say, yo, just get the gas, get the supermarket, you know what I mean? Emergency purposes only.
Yeah.
Store that credit card, don't use it. So guess what? They're not using it. So more than likely, they don't have any derogatory marks. So ask them to add you as an authorized user. And then in return, that age is going to report to your credit report. So you just, instead of you having a 1-year credit profile, your grandma just had an extra 10 plus years. Hack.
Big
right?
scores.
And then account mix, right? So that's 10%. That's another 10%. So you want to have a mixture of revolving and installment accounts. So installment accounts are your student loans, your mortgages, your auto loans, regular loans, any kind of loans like that, where you have a fixed payment every single month of $35 until it's paid off, basically.
Gotcha.
And then revolving is usually your credit cards, your store cards, your charge cards. Those are your revolving accounts. And then the last percent is your 10%, which is inquiries. You want to have as minimum inquiries as possible, preferably 2 to 3, max 5 max, I say. And then you should be in the 800. I mean, 750, 800, around there, touching there. You should be able to get approved for a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, for the accounts, you want to have 10 plus accounts. 10 plus positive accounts, no derogatory items.
10 plus accounts. Yeah. That's the only thing that be giving me a little anxiety is the 10 accounts, because I'm like, 10 accounts? What does that mean? Like 10 cards?
Accounts? Nah, it could be anything. It could be like you have accounts.
Like a loan is account?
That's an account.
Oh, okay.
So you might hear the term trade line as well. Like account and trade line is basically the same thing. So account, like you can add Self, Credit Strong, Chime Credit Builder, Rental Karma. You can go to your local bank or credit union asking for a secured loan or a pledge loan. So that's basically the whole purpose of the secured / pledge loan is for you to build up your credit. So like that's dedicated to helping you build your credit score. And that's 5 accounts right there. You can easily do that. You know what I mean? Within 6 months. Yeah. So that's how you build up that. That's 5, but you could go ahead and find some other stuff. I gave you half.
I was about to say, you gave the whole thing.
Just find the other half. You know what I mean? Just put that homework in, put the extra legwork in, you get there.
Yeah, I definitely see 800 not far from me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I know y'all have questions because I got a question too. And y'all know what y'all should do. Where can we find you? Where can they get these questions answered?
Follow me on Instagram, future_the CEO. Tap in. I drop a lot of content. I just created some content too. So yeah, y'all gonna have some good game for the next 2 to 3 months. Packed out. When I tell you packed out.
You feel me? Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all give us the likes if you enjoyed this episode. If you have any entrepreneurs that want to come on through, we definitely upped it. So come find out. But we want to thank you again for
yes. And I gotta give my final shout outs. Final shout out. I'm gonna give a big shout out to my mentor, Sheeta 3. Probably wouldn't be here speaking the game that I know without her.
Right.
Him 500, his mentorship helped me a lot. And also me in the books and the mentorships, that's what really helped me out, like investing into into my education. That's what really helped me out. So shout out to the mindset, the personal development as well. Because listen, man, it takes a lot of that.
It takes a lot of that. And especially as an entrepreneur, it's like, listen, we were just talking about this a few episodes ago, that it starts with the psychological impact on yourself. It starts with the mental health. It starts with knowing how aware you are of who you are. So, future the CEO is doubling up on that. So make sure y'all use that to y'all advantage. Take some time, read some books, find some mentors, So if y'all have any questions or comments, always drop the comments below. Hit us up on Instagram as well as follow us on TikTok. And y'all already subscribe to the channel, guys. If you haven't already, y'all know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment, and y'all already know. Bang that bell for the next episode. We'll catch y'all real soon. And turn on what?
The post notifications.
Bow.